Greek god Apollo and his twin sister Artemis. These two siblings have been competing against one another since birth, like any other sibling would. When we come back from these short messages, we'll bring out our first guest.
Do any of you gods or goddesses ever get thirsty on a warm, sunny Greek afternoon on Mount Olympus? Well, then I have the solution for you. Delicious, thirst-quenching, and now healthy Greek tea. So come on down to your local Greek supermarket today to try some for only $1.99.
Welcome back, everyone. Now let's bring out our god, Apollo. Why, hello. Apollo, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am the one of many children of Zeus. I am the youngest twin between my sister and I. My sister actually helped my mother, Titanus, Leto, to birth me. I am also the god of healing, poetry, music, and light. Most times identified by the movement of the sun.
So, you say you're the god of music?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, I've heard that you and the satyr Pan had quite the competition back in the day. Could you tell us about it?
Yes, King Midas became a worshipper of Pan by taking his side. He offended me. Pan began to boast that he was better than me. We challenged each other to a contest. It was judged by the river god, Timaeus. Pan played first. His merry Pippin charmed everyone. Then I brought out my lyre and the notes. I plucked, rippled all through the breeze like waves across the ocean. The river god had no hesitation in awarding the prize to Apollo, but Midas objected. My anger got a little out of control, so I said, "You are not meant to have human ears," so I gave him donkey ears.
Ah, I see. Would you like to play us a little tune?
Sure, my pleasure.
That was wonderful. Alright, now, so on a more serious note, how long has this civil rivalry been going on between you and your sister?
Pretty much ever since we were born. We're about differences at night and in day.
Well, that's a good time for a little break. When we come back, we're going to find out about our goddess Artemis. Have any of you ever wondered how Medusa's snakes stay so shiny? Well, the secret is out, snake spray. It helps provide you with full body curls and also gives your hair the nutrients it needs to stay strong and healthy. So go out and buy a can of your very own snake spray today at your local club for only $4. Welcome back. Why don't you come on out, Artemis? It's delightful to finally meet you. I'm sure we are all very anxious to learn about you, right?
Well, Dr. Stash, I am the goddess of hunting wild animals and vegetation, childbirth, and the protector of all young women. I have many symbols such as the deer, bear, snake, bow, and pike. I'm also identified by the moon.
Well, you sound like a quite interesting young lady. I bet you could share numerous stories of your many powers over nature. Could you tell us one of your most well-known stories?
Well, I was bathing in the woods when the nosy hunter Asaton just happened to stumble across me, seeing me naked. Of course, like any other man, he stared and amazed by my beauty. Once I turned and saw him, I got revenge on him by forbidding him to speak, but if he happened to speak, then I would turn him into a stag. Of course, the poor fellow couldn't be quiet once he heard his hunter buddies, so thus I turned him into a stag. As soon as he saw what he was, he ran off and came upon a pond. While looking down to the clear blue water, he saw his reflection and groaned. Just as he was about to run away, his hound dogs caught up to him and tore him to shreds without recognizing him. In an endeavor to save himself, he raised his eyes toward Mount Olympus.
Okay, so what we're going to have to do is have the two contestants run to this black lantern here, and whoever gets there first wins. Alright, so, are you guys ready? Yeah. On your mark, get set, go. So, the judges said the winner is Apollo.
Woo! Winner! Woo! Woo!
Now tell me, has there ever been a time when you two actually came together and got along?
Well, there was this one time.
You mean when we were defending our mother?
Yeah, that's the one.
It starts out like this. You see, Niobe, the boastful, ignorant woman, had 7 sons and 7 daughters. Now, she didn't think that our mother was very lucky because she only had 2 children. Little did she know that she was actually making fun of us.
Yeah, so for her punishment, me and my sister went to do the deed. I killed the boys.
I killed the girls.
We used arrows dipped in poison to kill every single child. After it was all said and done, we had to leave their bodies out in the sun for 9 whole days. You have to imagine that bad smell. Zeus warned everyone, if they would bury the bodies, he would turn you into stone, so no one touched or buried the bodies.
Days after all this is over with Amphion, the father committed suicide, while the cowardly mother, Niobe, ran off to Cyprus, a city near east, and pleaded to the gods to take her life. The gods thought about it, and thought about it, and thought about it, and finally came to a decision. They agreed and turned the poor darling into stone and placed her at the peak of the city. After that day, every summer, people say they can see the water running from the pores of the statue. But it's nothing more than the salty tears of Niobe.
Oh my, well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you both for joining us and sharing your insightful stories. Tune in next time for our interview with Hades and Zeus.